start seeing connections that we see between the goals. Good times and bad times, they don't stay. Where I want to be in 10 years, where I want to be in 5 years, where I want to be in 2026.
Sunny is here in the Philippines, and he will be taking the Life by Design session in person for our Philippines team members. And thank you everyone who joined virtually from India and the US. And let's just, really enjoy the session. We're going to do an amazing performance assessment today on how we can all up our game with the help of Sunny. So, Sunny, over to you. It's already 8:03. Let's start.
Okay, thank you, Anamika. So this is a Bigger Future series team, and we are done with 4 sessions. And today we are building upon our last 4 sessions. Clarity review. So what we did was opened up our phone pictures and calendar of 2025 month by month to reflect on month by month and see what activities, people, and places gave us good energy, good growth, and what are the things that did not, so that we have a lot of clarity on how we want to live our life in 2026. There are 3 pieces, right? So this place has energy, like you guys are all sitting here in person. You bring energy to the office, and our collective energy is our energy. So it's a place, and people sitting right next to you, and the activities that you will do. Some will be energy building, some will be energy draining. So it's the person, it's the place, and it's the activity that we reviewed in our session 1, so that we can do more of what gives us energy, and we can do less of what did not serve us well in 2025. Clear? That was the clarity. Because there is one line that we share with each other, that is, you cannot create a bigger future until you create better past. The best learning comes from your life experience. Life university is the biggest university that you have. And the only way to learn in that university is pause and reflect and see what's working in my life and what's not working in my life. Because you have paid tuition fee for making mistakes in your past. You want to learn from those mistakes so that you don't repeat those mistakes. Because when you are making a mistake, you pay a price. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's time, sometimes it's health or relationships or the impact that you make in your lifetime. So if you are not happy with how you showed up in your past, there is a learning opportunity. If you learn, then you can win in the future. But if you don't learn from your past, you don't reflect, you don't learn, there is no way for you to grow, because you will be repeating the same mistake. And what we say at IT by Design is either you're going to be in the learning team or you're going to be in the winning team. The only way to go to the third team, which is a losing team, is when you make the same mistake 3 times or more than 3 times. So after the second time, you should be thinking why I did not change my experience from my past. What can I do to change my experience? And the whole idea is not to repeat the same mistake, not to pay that tuition fee twice. Who want to take a second, same course 2 times? Okay. Sometimes we failed in classes. We had to pay the tuition fee twice. Same concept. We don't want to do that. We want to graduate from that class to the next class so we can pay fee for the new learning. Okay, so session 2 was vision. So now you have clarity on what to do more of, what to do less of. You reflected on what good looks like for 2026 vision. And the way we did that was where we stand today. So the reality is there, the reality check is there, and then you created a vision for yourself. We started with 20-year, like bigger picture, where I want to be in 20 years, where I want to be in 10 years, where I want to be in 5 years, where I want to be in 2026, by the end of 2026. And then the third session was the plan. So now you have the vision clear. Then we used our goal setting, which was our health goals, our relationship goals, and our career goals, and our impact goals. And we broke it down into quarters. So if by the end of 2026, I want to have stronger legs. What do I need to do every single month in the gym to make sure that I'm making progress? So my vision is very clear in terms of my health goal. And then I did my reverse engineering by quarter. That everyone have their life plans, the PDF that we shared.
Yes.
So Raj, what's your health goal, Raj? For 2026. If you're willing to share your goal for 2026, this 2026, your health goal.
Oh, it was
Okay. And you probably have a number. We won't ask you how much, but so Andy, what about you? What's your health goal?
Same, absolutely.
And so you probably want to ask yourself, what's my relationship goal? Relationships that I care about. What's my career goal? What is that one skill that I want to develop this year? What is the impact that I want to make? So that's what we covered in session 3. And last session 4, that was, if you can go. So I'm just going to go quickly through these slides. And it's all about habits. Anyone knows about Atomic Habits, book called Atomic Habits? So they have done study for a lot of people, Atomic Habits, to a lot of books out there of what highly successful people have done in their life. So 30,000 people that they studied that are very successful in life with their health, with their relationships, with their career, with their impact, their legacy. These are the 6 habits that they find common in those people. So that means there's a lot of social proof that these habits do make a difference. And those 6 habits are, that's what we covered in the last session, just to give you a reminder, because we will be going into our assessment tool for those 6 habits, where we stand, where we want to go by the end of this year, because habits can make your life or it can break your life. So we will meet the reality with those 6 habits where we are. And then we will set a goal with one habit that we want to double down on in this year. So that's the exercise today. But before we get into that exercise, let's go habit by habit so that you can remind yourself. And so we can all say this together, guys, in person. People in person. The name of the habit 1. Can we all say this together?
Seek
Seek clarity. Clarity is so important in life. A lot of people, they get up, they go, they hustle, they work hard, but they lack clarity. Where they are, where they want to go, what's important for them. Intentionality is missing. Because if there is no right or wrong, it's more of your perspective. Is what is right for you may not be right for me, or what's right for me may not be right for you. Then you got to have a lot of clarity on what is right for you and what is wrong for you. What do you want to do and what you don't want to do? What do you want to say yes to and what do you want to say no to? Everyone have to-do list? Raise your hand if you have a to-do list, like your daily to-do list. Okay, a lot of people. And remotely, seems like, Steve, you have your to-do list? Because I didn't see your hand going up, Steve.
I'm raising not using full hand actually. That's why you're not seeing. I'm raising this hand.
Okay, and I see Banmeet's hand up and Ankur's.
I'll raise this
Now,
hand.
keep your hand raised if you have not to-do list. Not to-do list. So can we take this as first actionable point, what not to do? What did not serve us well in our clarity review reflection, or any exercise that we have done so far where we have done something in our past, but it didn't serve us well? Can we all write it down? So actionables. And then I'm going to ask you towards the end of the session, everything that we took away from bullet points. So the first one is, we're going to create, of course, we should have a to-do list, but so that we have clarity on where we want to invest our energy. But we should have not to-do list as well. And that is in the sense of health, in relationships, career, and impact. Right? So because it's in my not to-do list, eating unhealthy food is in my not to-do list. Manu and I had dinner. He had samosa. I didn't have samosa. Right, Manu?
You had salmon.
I had salmon, yeah. So, and the choice that we will make is based on the clarity that we have, like what to do, what not to do. Okay? So if your goal is health goal, Raj and Andy, then you got to have your not to do list for your health, for your relationships, for your career, and for your impact. Okay, let's look at the second habit. Can we all say the name of the second habit?
Generate energy.
Energy. Generate energy. It's not about time management anymore. It's about energy management. The way, I was not feeling well after landing here, but I still went for 20 minutes of treadmill just to get my energy up, because it was a little bit down with not feeling well. So it's a discipline. Things that are hard to do, but still require for you to build your energy every day. People that you spend time with, are they energy people? Are they positive energy people? Because that will come to you. And if you are a positive energy building person, you will say no to people that are not aligned with your energy. And I mean, those people will not even come to you, because you attract who you are. And if you are good energy, you will only attract good energy. If you are a growth mindset person, you will only attract growth mindset people. Other people are not just going to come to you because they're going to complain, and you're going to create. You're creating solutions. And people who are not growth mindset people, they're going to create, they're going to complain. They're going to show how bad it is for them. Everything in life is someone else's fault. Can we say the name of the third habit?
Necessity.
Raise necessity. So how you do that? Why is it important? Because if it's a nice to have goal for you, it will never happen. If it's optional for you, like losing weight, eating healthy, if it's optional, your commitment level is not high enough to make a difference. But you have to raise necessity. It's more of, one way to do that is thinking beyond yourself. If you're going to have clarity about your life and what you want out of your life. If you're going to have the energy, is it just for you or is it for others? If you take stuff beyond you, then your commitment level is a little bit higher because you have the responsibility, you feel the responsibility, you're committed to the responsibility for others. And making it non-negotiable, that is what it means. That if you have a goal that you're so focused on, you want that stuff really, really bad, you have to make it like must have. Then your brain will start working towards achieving that goal in a totally different way. The way you're going to hustle to achieve it, the way you're going to go through adversity, hardship, you're going to embrace it at a totally different level. But if you, I want this, but you're not really making it must-have goal, non-negotiable goal, then your commitment level is not going to be there. You're going to do it one day, you're not going to do it another day. Then consistency is not there to achieve that outcome. Consistency beats perfection. Or progress every day will beat you probably having a sprint for a week and then not doing it for another 30 days. It's daily habit that you have to build where the habit is to be intentional every day towards your goals. And you are so clear that what is must have for me. And you're very clear with, I may not be able to achieve everything that I have, like if I have 20 pieces, but these are the 3 that are non-negotiable, means less is more when it comes to activities that you do and the goal that you set. And you choose what is going to have the biggest leverage. Because sometimes you want to achieve 10 things. You don't have to do 10 activities. You only do 1 and everything else improves. Because other 9 things are symptoms of you not doing 1 thing. Okay, let's say the name of the next habit together. Increase productivity. Now, this is the first time in the history of the world. So there was electricity, invention, energy, then like computing, the microchip, the internet, and now is AI. The way you can enhance your productivity now by leveraging AI, it never existed before. You can set new standards for your productivity. You can do a lot more. How many people are using some kind of AI tool? Anyone who's still not using any AI? Okay. Yeah, so multiply your impact, multiply your productivity. It's a force multiplier in terms of your health, because the type of insights that you can gain by tracking your data and understanding your data with your health, it was not possible before. If you want to go to the gym and do something like, if you have a tracker, what do I eat? What do I do every day in the gym? And the type of insights that you can gain and type of mentoring you can get from AI, the digital mentors, it never existed before. So you have probably the biggest opportunity in your lifetime now to use these tools to multiply your productivity. Okay, let's talk about the next habit. Can we say this together? Develop influence.
Friends.
Develop influence. How do you do that? You be a person who shows up to create value for others. You're basically being valuable and useful to the world. You're being helpful and useful. And if you know something, you share. If you have something, you share. It could be some learning that you have from your life university, which is your unique experience. We all have something that we have gained as wisdom from our life that we can share with others. And some people here, I see that they are helping other engineers because they have been in the system before the new people. So they probably know a process, how Mariplex does their ticketing. And if you're teaching someone, that's a natural way for you to create influence. If you know something in the recruitment, you know something in the knock, you know something about your health, the relationships. When you're sharing with others and you're coming from the place of helping someone with your experience, that's how you create influence. Okay, last but not the least, the sixth habit is demonstrate courage. That didn't work out this time, guys. Let's do this one more time together. Yes. Courage leads to everything else. When I reflect back on my life, if there is only one word that I have to share with others, what made a difference? It was the courage to think big. Courage to think big in terms of dreaming. And then courage to learn every single day that I don't know, I need to know more. Curiosity, courage to have curiosity, and courage to face hardship in life. Any meaningful growth that you're going to get, it won't come without struggles. The number one life skill is how to struggle healthy. There's a healthy way to struggle, and there is unhealthy way to struggle. We all have to struggle. There is no life on this earth without struggles. It's just some people deal with struggle in a healthy way, and some people don't. Growth will never come without struggles. More you can struggle, your resilience to struggle, deal with problems, higher you're going to get. That's like sixth habit, courage. Courage is really, it's the kind of mother of everything else, the foundation. Without courage, you cannot have bigger guesses and bets. That's where the high payoff stuff will come from. Okay, so now we have a tool. How are we doing with the time? It's third, yes. So now we're going to get into the assessment tool. So Manu, can we quickly? Yeah. So if you want to take a picture, you can, but this presentation will be shared. I think we probably shared it in the email, but we will share it one more time. This is the circle of six success habits. Again, if 30,000 people can create a quality life with these 6 habits, we can do that as well. Now, the goal for today will be circle 1 habit out of this rather than 6. We can start moving towards excellence with the 6 habits, but 1 habit that you will choose today that you're going to double down on in 2026. Does it make sense? Clear? Whatever exercise is today? Okay. We can go to, so we have gone through all these habits, so we can go to one more. So the 1 habit challenge today. And so we're going to choose 1 habit for 30 days. It takes about 22 days to develop a new habit. You have to do that every single day. And that's where it becomes muscle memory. And the best way to add that habit as a new habit to make it successful is right next to the habit that you already have in place that you don't miss every day. So I drink a cup of coffee every single morning. So I had to add gratitude practice a couple of years ago. And I was doing it sometimes I was not doing it. I'm like, what can really bring consistency for my gratitude habit in the morning? Because it's that mindset, right? The energy that you have to generate in the morning. You have to set your intention in the morning. So I added my gratitude habit right next to the coffee. Having a sip of coffee is a muscle memory now that I have to. It could be just one word if I'm in a rush or anything. It's just more, okay, I cannot miss coffee. And everyone brushes their teeth every day. Who doesn't? Okay. So that's another thing. It's natural, right? You're not going to leave your home without brushing your teeth. So if there's something really critical, important for you, just add it right there. It's probably you taking multivitamin every day. Okay, I'm going to take that right next to my brush, like when I'm going to brush or have coffee. Okay, so we're going to have that one habit challenge. And so the tool is already with you. People in person, you have a printed copy. People who are remote, you have the PDF copy in the chat. And you also have a bot as well. So you can do both. We gave you optionality where you can fill out one page, or you can talk to AI to build your assessment and the future roadmap for your 6 habits. But for the next 30 days, one habit. Okay. So when it comes to upping your game, it's about working on these 6 habits in connection with your life plans. So think of 6 habits connection with your health, with your relationships, with your career, and your impact. And circle one habit that is going to have the biggest impact in 2026. Okay, so let's go through the exercise. We will, everyone have a copy of the assessment remote? Please raise your hand if you don't. Can we put that copy one more time? Okay. Okay, just now? Because some people just joined.
Yes, just now.
Okay. Yes. If you can please have your electronic hand raised in case you don't have a copy. If you have a copy, download it. If you are in person, you have a printed copy. Let's do self-assessment for habit number 1. Habit number 1, seeking clarity. So if you read the definition, there is one line. Thank you. It says, you consistently seek the direction and focus needed to move forward. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 is rarely, score 2 is sometimes, 3 is consistently, 4th is effectively. Yep. And then master. Yeah, you can share. So with so we are doing the like your self-assessment where you know your scorecard for today means where you stand today with those habits. So seeking clarity, can you put a number out of from 1 to 5? Now let's do generating energy. Same thing. Rate yourself. It's your self-assessment. It's just really you being open, honest, and transparent with yourself, where you stand, because then the next step will be we will be setting goals where you want to go. Everyone done with this habit number 2, self-assessment, where you stand today? What's your assessment score today? Okay, third one, raise necessity, means you have clarity about your goals and you make that goal non-negotiable. 5 means you mastered it. If you set a goal, you achieve it no matter what. And 1 is your important goals are not achieved. So rate yourself, please. So if you're going to go to third one. Scroll down. Let's go to habit number 4. Increase productivity. So rate your productivity level in the sense of life plans, or in connection with the life plans, your productivity in terms of your health, your relationships, your career, your impact. How productive you feel with those 4 life goals. Fifth is developing influence. Rate yourself. And then last but not the least, 6th habit, demonstrate courage. Give yourself a score of how you feel today about yourself in terms of your courage level. Are you making bigger choices? And now we will go through the 6 habits one by one. But set your goal. But before we do that, let's pick one habit. So first thing that we do is one habit for next 30 days. So circle one habit that you want to develop. You want to make a lot of progress with a lot of focus, daily discipline with one habit. What is that one habit that will serve you so well in 2026? Because that can give you compounding impact. Other habits may benefit from just one habit. So can you please circle one habit that is so important to you in 2026? You have been thinking about this. You wanted this. Today, you're making a choice with a lot of clarity and confidence and courage that you want to. This is non-negotiable for me. I must develop this habit in the next 30 days. One habit. For me, for example, is clarity. Because there is a lot going on with the new stuff, whereas there is a lot of unknown. I can see the picture, but I need to be able to develop better skills where what I see, I am able to clarify that to people around me. So seeking more clarity, asking questions from people around me. Is it clear? Is it clear? And it's such an important piece for me. I'm thinking everything through the lens of clarity. Even for sales trainings, the name of the series for sales training is called the Clarity Series. Now, Steve is challenging me to make AI by design strategy with a lot more clarity, having a clarity series for AI by design. Okay. Can you stop sharing for a second? I just want to see remote people for a second before we get into the next piece. If you stop sharing, then it will show up. I want to see people here. Okay. Who is willing to share their one habit, the name of the habit that you have chosen? Okay, Anamika, go ahead.
It's going to be for me. It's actually very clear when you explain grace necessity. Thinking beyond myself, making it not negotiable.
That's awesome. You're a great student, Anamika. Good job. Anyone else? Anyone else here in the room before we go remote? Go ahead. Okay, awesome.
Hi, Raj.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take one person remotely. Let's see. Okay, Parth, what are you thinking, Parth, in terms of one habit?
Yeah. I would like to pick the habit for generating energy. I think I have a lot of goals. I just need to act on and some of them. And one advice that I picked up from you was going on a treadmill. It always gives me energy, so maybe I should do 20 minutes just like you and get some energy. And I think I want to discover what brings me energy. For you, it was treadmilling. For me, it could be something else, right? So
Yes. Thank you, Parth. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's really important to have energy because if you don't have energy, you cannot give other people what you don't have. And it's a skill that can be developed. We all have challenges, we all have struggles. It's just our own struggles, right, which are different than other people sometimes. And everyone have the same similar challenges in life. It shows up differently for everyone. But one thing that is true is building energy will give you everything else because everything, it could be problem solving, it could be something else, it could be having good time with people, with your friends. You got to have energy to do that. If you don't have energy, you cannot do a lot of other things. Other goals will not matter that much because you don't have energy to achieve those goals. So energy management is so critical. Okay, so we'll take one more person. Let's see. Renzi, what are you thinking, Renzi? What is that one habit?
I think for me, number one is most important for me to always say clarity, in personal life or even in professional life, so that you have direction and guidance.
Habit,
That's it.
so that. Okay, now we can hear you.
Oh, you can
We
hear me?
lost you.
Oh, there. Oh, okay. Probably my signal. Do you want me to
Yeah.
repeat what I said?
Yeah, can you please?
Oh, yes. It's clarity for me, the number one in the habit that's important for me, my personal life and my career. I think it's important because it gives you direction and guidance.
Yes, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Nancy.
You're welcome.
Okay, yeah, now let's go through the second column there that give yourself, like, visualize yourself, and the date is December 31st, 2026. Where do you want to be on December 31st, 2026 with every single habit? So set a score for yourself, your future self. So create a persona for yourself that you are a person today, and there will be a new version of you on December 31st, 2026. What do you see? That you love that person more than you do today. So one by one, so let's do habit number one. Give yourself future state, score. Again, progress beats perfection. Progress, not perfection. 5 being perfection. Habit number 2 is energy. So set a future state for yourself. What energy level you want to maintain every single day because you're disciplined to generate energy every single day. Third is necessity. Where you want to be. You have clear goals. You have no more than 3 to 5 goals because you're clear what's going to be that 20-80-20 rule. 20% that is going to give you 80% result. And that is non-negotiable list. And the next is productivity. Rate yourself where you want to be with your productivity level. And this is where you have so much leverage if you can learn. You can be an AI-powered professional. You can do bigger things by hiring a couple of PhD interns from ChatGPT or using ChatGPT as a tool or Claude or Microsoft Copilot. Influence, set a future state for yourself. This is you on December 31st, 2026. Your future self. Now, if you have this piece of paper here in person, flip to the blank page, write a letter to yourself, your future self, with that one habit. And then you will save this, take a picture, whatever is easier for you to save it in your photos. And you will see this on December 31st, 2026. And we will do a session, if you can take that, on the letter. I would love to hear stories, success stories on December 31st when we do the Life by Design session, the last session of 2026. You are reading the statement and your wins. So write a quick summarized version letter to your future self in the context of habits. And one habit that you're choosing today for the next 30 days. And of course, you will pick other habits every 30 days. Visualize yourself on December 31st, 2026. And then we will do a clarity review again for 2027. So a quick statement. It could be one sentence, it could be two, it could be three. Just write down something. Don't overthink. Start with the first line and everything else will follow. And if you're still struggling, you have ChatGPT open, you can upload your sheet there and say, this is my future self. Write a letter to my future self that I can read on December 31st. And I can read it every day who I want to be in the future. So this becomes your morning mantra. So 60 more seconds to write your statement. And then we will have a Q&A. Ask me anything or share something that you have gained from this. 40 more seconds. If you're struggling still to start, write down one word. Write down 2 words. Just add a word after the last word. Now, questions, insights, learnings. Raise your hand if you have a question. It could be from session 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5th, which is today. Ask me any question that can help you. I can share my life experience, what I know. Remote, open invitation to now remote as well, our remote team.
Hey, Sunny. So I have a follow-up question from last week. I asked you how you can manage your goals, and you asked me to create a flow chart put all my sub goals there and then see which ones connect. My question is, what happens if you don't find a connection with some of those goals?
I think they're frozen. Oh, did we get it?
Yeah,
We're back.
Okay. I was gonna tell you to have ChatGPT find you the connection, but I'll let Sunster answer it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Sunny, last week you asked me to create a flowchart for all of my goals, and then put those sub goals underneath and see which ones are related.
Yeah.
I found that after I did that, some of those sub goals didn't have a connection. So I was wondering if I can get your advice on how I could resolve that, or what I can do to connect those.
Yeah. So for that, so when I'm back their part, we can have one-on-one because that's a very specific. So I need to understand what is not connecting and what is the connection that I can see there. But the whole idea is to basically start seeing connections that we see between the goals. And the example that I took part there was if I want to basically only limit to focus area, like let's say 3 goals, then what is that, like the flywheel concept, I think along those lines a lot. Everything that I do is that what is that one thing that can move the needle with other goals as well? Or is it triple play thinking that if you put 3 boxes and then how you connect those boxes, like putting goals in there. So we can do that one-on-one when I'm back there.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. And another one, I think Cam said, right now, I think there's just so much help that is out there.
They keep freezing.
Technical issue.
I think so. I mean,
Guess we
so
gotta
there's so
take
much help out there. You can just upload it into Claude or ChatGPT and say, find me the
There.
connections. There we go. There he's back. Is he back?
Yeah. Yes, we're back. Any other question there? In person, come on, team, let's go. Don't be shy. Okay, Randall.
What's the plans to effort or upgrading?
Can you speak up a little bit? Yeah. So Randall has a question. He's coming close to the speaker. Okay.
So come December 31st of this year.
Yeah.
Is there a specific behavior or metric or rating that we can look out for to know whether we've been up now in this aspect?
Yeah.
At the end of the year, how exactly is there a better way to find out whether I'm actually a 3 or is it just wishful thinking?
No, it's so on a scale of 1 to 5, right? The rating is basically it's your self-assessment that you're doing today. So you probably have given yourself a score based on some criteria that you have. And that right. So basically, do I like 1 is rarely, 2 is sometimes, 3 is consistency. So for example, for my clarity being the habit, that am I putting in work into having that clarity for myself, and am I doing an activity to give more clarity to people around me? And basically, for me, if I have to do this on December 31st, what I'm hearing from other people.
External feedback and
Yeah.
okay.
So your own self-assessment score and also what other people think about your score with that habit.
That helps.
Yeah. Because that's the best way, right? Like we know what we know, but there is a circle of like unknown for us. We don't know what we don't know, and the best way to know what we don't know is other people helping us, where they're showing up to help you right? So you also need to know who you need to ask and what question you need to ask. Because not everyone knows how to give feedback, including me. Because people can hurt you as well, right? So your confidence level to other pieces, people, it's not their intent, it's just they're not skilled at helping you. And sometimes it's the they're not probably your well-wisher. And sometimes if they are even your well-wishers, like parents, right? Mother is always a well-wisher. But sometimes the intent is right for her to give you feedback. But the way they approach it it's not going to have positive impact on you. So asking the person a very specific question. So for example, with the session, how did I do? Or I can be very specific. Hey, what stayed with you? Then I'm being very specific with my ask. Because that's the learning for me that, okay, if nothing stayed with you, then this session didn't make an impact. Okay, any other question? Remote. Or in person. Okay, we have a question here in person.
What is one thing that you can advise when it comes battling or facing life uncertainty?
So what is that one thing
that you can advise when
to,
we face life uncertainty?
Yeah. This shall pass too. That good times and bad times, they don't stay. Like if we're having a good day, know that there can be a bad day tomorrow. Like that, being mentally prepared and not expecting life to be perfect, not expecting that everything needs to be like everything needs to go our way. So it's more of your mindset. It's more of training your mind, having that muscle where you are very self-aware that there are good days and there are bad days. And especially, for example, in COVID, like there was a lot of uncertainty, right? The word that you use when there is uncertainty. Then it's about staying in present and looking at your controllable list in present and not controllable list. What is in your control and what can you do? And what is not in your controllable list where you don't have to worry about it because it's not in your control. And using 3P formula that we used during COVID in 2020, staying present, staying productive, and staying positive. Present, productive, positive. Okay, so with that, so thank you, team, for joining us today. And you have the bot available to you. It's in the chat. So you can take this sheet, whatever you have, and now you can take help from the bot. And Parth, you have that copy as well, and everyone else. So once you talk to the bot, it's going to give you some thinking. It's going to interact with you. It's designed to interact with you and give you a final summarized your future self. And when you are rating anything there, if you have a question, you want to basically set a goal for the future, you have a question, you can just ask questions while you are going through these 6 habits. So that's your clarity compass for your habits. And also the habit that you have circled, you can even ask the bot, hey, what are the 3 things I need to do to make sure that I make progress with this habit? Everyone have a copy, guys? Everyone have a link? Yeah, you can copy that link and probably put it in your Teams to yourself so that you have the link saved. So use that link and we will work on one thing next week, which is another tool to like upping your game, because upping your game will start with habits, and then one habit that we can focus on in the next 30 days. And next week will be another tool other than habits, that what else will help you take your game to the next level where you can create bigger future in 2026. And I see you next Friday. Take care. Bye.